Hi, everybody. Welcome to Laurel Park. And today at the races, Dave Rodman along with Keith Fustel from Echo Basin, our morning line maker. We'll hear the Sunday program at Laurel Park. And yeah, we got plenty of sunshine, but also plenty of wind. A chilly day, to say the least, at Laurel. It's 20.
Yeah, but feels like, I think, -1 you saw?
The wind chill, yeah, the wind chill says
-1.
21 for a high today, though, so it's going up. I was going to say the high temperature is going to be 50 degrees, so that's next Saturday's forecast.
Saturday,
That's good news. It's going to warm up here in Maryland after our little snowstorm yesterday, but kudos to everybody, the jockeys, the outriders, the grooms, the trainers, the owners, everybody
out here helping with the set. A couple guys got us a heater,
Yeah.
so thanks to everybody who's kind of making this show go today on a blustery
rain, snow, or sunshine, as our at Laurel Park tweet said. We run here in Maryland,
That's
and
right.
we're running today. And you've got a late pick 4 ticket. We're going to get right to the action. I know people want winners, and I said winners, not winters. And so we'll get right to the action here at Laurel Park today in the opener.
Right.
It's a 6 furlongs for a maiden claiming event here. Looks to be a wide open race, Keith. I like the way you're thinking in here, with a little bit of a long shot scoop out. First time Lasix, number 6, Undaunted Spirit from the Jose Corrales barn.
Scratch down to a 5-horse field now, Dave, with a scratch of the 1, the 3, and the 8. Short field, let's go for a longer price. One of the longer prices, I believe, in this race, Undaunted Spirit. To me, I think Holiday Magician and the late night Holiday Magician and Our First Candy, they're going to be the ones to beat. But maybe Undaunted Spirit out of that Scarlet Ransoms race, December the 26th, could pull an upset. Dave, it was an 11-horse field, 10th beaten 20. But who did he beat? Who did she beat? Quick as a flash?
Quick as a flash. If that name rings a bell, that was part of the entry with Undaunted Spirit. That horse came back to run second here in the closing race. Was it yesterday?
Yesterday.
I can't recall.
It was.
It was yesterday here at Laurel Park. So muddy track, fast track, first time Lasix, and out of that Scarlet's Ransom race, a little bit of a drop could add up to possibly a winning combination this afternoon.
We've seen the angle. Corrales does well with these maiden second-time starters.
Right, we mentioned a couple of them that have won the last 2 weeks, dropping down.
Nice positive ROI for this angle. This horse, Undaunted Spirit, she is a half to a 4-time dirt sprint winner. So let's take a shot at a little bit of a price in this shorter field. Holiday Magician last time out just kind of got cooked through very quick early fractions. I know you see 48 and 4, 115 going well. Comparatively, much faster than 40,000 boys going the same distance on that same day, December the 18th. I like the turn back in distance for Holiday Magician. Trombetta got a win yesterday. We'll be close to the pace, though, I think, with the scratch of Late Night Kiss. Perfect Party Girl now will probably be also on the engine with Trevor.
So starting off the opener with something to warm you up, hopefully at double digits. We'll see. Speaking of warming up, you want to warm up today the sports bar on the second floor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is up there, nice and cozy and warm. They're ready for you. Plenty of TVs to watch the action, and they're playing some Weezer. On
a
little
little Buddy Holly?
Beverly Hills.
Oh, Beverly Hills, okay.
Yeah, so it feels like Beverly Hills out here at Laurel Park, except not quite. Second race, 1 mile is the distance in race 2, Keith. So which way did you go in the second race? Another kind of open affair for fillies and mares low-level claiming.
That's going to be the theme of the day, Dave. These are tough fields all the way through. It's a spread fest. Pick 6, good luck later if you can pull that down. I mean, it is the type of ticket. It could be a single ticket, as tough as these races are. Somebody can navigate through them. But race 2, we're going to scratch the 2, My Awesome Allie, and the 7, Smart Alex. Let's go to Ghetto Fabulous. I think a situation will develop a good pace battle up front, I think, between the 5, What If I Was Willing, and the 6, Whether You're Not. Very similar tactics, similar running styles. These two, I think, will kind of go out there. If they can slow it down enough, they may go as a team around the racetrack. But I like the way Ghetto Fabulous had made a nice little middle move against the grain of the track. First time out, December the 26th, over a muddy sealed surface at a mile 16 for trainer Wayne Potts. Second time in the barn, second time off of this type of layoff is a good move for Wayne Potts. Waiting for this barn to heat back up in a little bit of a lull right now. But I think Ghetto Fabulous can, with a better break, make a little move up to the to the leaders at the head of the stretch and wear them down. Take a shot and picks up Toledo today.
Never been on a dirt conventional fast track. Only start here in Maryland was a muddy track. That race in Canada with a previous trainer on October 2nd, last start in Canada, finishing 12th way back in the field, but has produced 3 winners out of that race. So if you're looking for a key race angle, maybe it wasn't last race, but it is first time on dirt fast today for Ghetto Fabulous. So I consider that out of a key race, really. Could be the 4th winner out of there.
Yeah, and Kilt Chaser as a bomb maybe to throw in, maybe not to win it. You know, why you keep going with this filly, her last 2 buyers, a 5 and a 6. Sloppy track at Penn, 2 back, a muddy sealed surface at Laurel. The 4-back race, good enough at Laurel, going 7 furlongs. Finish time very comparative to some of these other horses in here. If you're looking for a little bomb to throw underneath a 10-pound bug, maybe wakes up Kilt Chaser.
Glad you remembered your program. I have no idea where mine is. It's somewhere. It could be in the racing office, could be in the sports bar, it could be upstairs.
I think you left
So
it.
you got
I
the
think you left
scratches,
it on
right?
the second. Yeah, I've got it.
Knock on wood. Okay, here we go. 3rd race of the program at 6 furlongs. 10,000 non-winners at 2 to boot. Oh, Keith, here's a horse you liked last time out, Visual Effect, but are you coming back today with the blinkers on for trainer Mary Epler? Yes, you are. I know you like this race. Actually, I believe she's a video of this race, but was beaten by a 10 Hut last time out there for the 10 non-2 level.
Yeah, we've got a video of 10 Hut later, and we're going to see that. But Visual Effect, 2 races back, is the one that kind of caught my eye. Steadied early, got caught down on the inside. Finished up and galloped out okay. I thought the 7 furlongs was going to be the key. Maybe this horse is a little bit better at 6. A little more pace flow, I think, and maybe a more contentious pace up top today. The blinkers going, keeps this horse a little bit closer. Mary Epler going to try to get the first win for 2017.
Yeah, well, only started a couple of horses. Big year for Mary Epler 2016. Blinkers going on, a little bit of a change on Visual Effect. Cole Spice there, out of that 10 Hut race, to beat Visual Effect last time out. Coming back today.
Yeah, Cold Spice. The 2 tries last time out and 3 back at 7 furlongs. Not bad. Number works. That kind of buyer right around a 60 is probably going to get it done, Dave. But maybe a little bit quicker pace today. This horse goes. I think we'll get the lead at some point. Will he be able to sustain that last 16th of a mile is the question. Slick William, what do you do with him? A big dropper, hasn't been able to get a win since claimed by John Hartzell. A drop attracts McCarthy. Then McCarthy riding 2 horses today for John Hartzell. Maybe that's a little bit of a tell. Maybe get these horses home. He's going to be a shorter price, though. Yeah. I'm going to go 4, 5, 6.
A lot of horses out of that 10 Hut race. Maybe looking to turn the tables there with the blinkers on. We'll be back in just a moment with a closer look at our pick 6 with a nice enticing carryover of $3,600 with a 20-cent rainbow pick 6. Our late pick 5 with a carryover as well. Starting in the 5th of the day, Keith has a late pick 4 ticket 2 on this Sunday card at Laurel Park. Back in a moment.
The all-new Laurel Park is beyond your expectations. Feel the anticipation.
Is this long shot?
Witness the speed. Experience the thrill.
Welcome back to Today at the Races, sponsored by Fidelity First. Dave Rodman with Keith Fustel, and we're up to race 4 in the program, which happens to be the start of our 20-cent rainbow pick 6 with a carryover at $3,680. I know you were thinking about making a pick 6 ticket, but the pick 4 pulled you in. It says, I want to play the pick 4 today, not the pick 6, but a nice carryover here. What do you got in the 4th?
I think the 6 is really, really tough, Dave. In the 4th race, I'm going to lean towards the 3, Include Gold, looking for just, a filly or a mare that can kind of get the distance, and Include Gold is coming back first time off the claim, off of a win for Trombetta. Goes first time off the claim now for Kieran McGee. She's a bigger filly, kind of it takes a little while to get going, but once she gets going, she'll level off okay. I think there's enough up front in this field for her to get it done. The blinkers went on last time. She moved up to contention after 3 quarters and just kicked away. But we've got a couple, horses. Miss Nosy last time, just a tough loss for her in a 3 in life condition. They're going to jump and protect and go up a little bit through the claiming ladder. But Miss Nosy, I thought, encountered an awful lot of trouble early. I like the move in hand into a fairly decent early pace. Got outside, unfortunately drifted in a little bit, tightened to rival. The protect move back up. I know she can get the distance. The 3-back try in the Maryland Million distaff was good, pretty much against the grain of the track. Had to go through some pretty good fractions early. First quarter and a half were solid, faded a little bit late. She fits in here. I mean, what do you do with the 7 though? I'm going to try to beat Hammy's horse. You see the one glaring number, the 65 in Indiana. I know that winner is okay, has come back to run okay at Churchill, had some previous numbers all right at Churchill Downs.
Yeah,
You know,
in for
16
16 on the dirt. The dirt race at Indiana, I think, certainly good enough to win
Yeah,
against
no
this
doubt.
group. It's been off since November, like they maybe wanted to sideline her and maybe bring her back in the spring for the turf. So now running on the dirt for 16. I mean, maybe taking their shot here. Maybe that she's just a superior horse, dirt or turf, especially for this level.
Yeah, and Bayron, I'll throw in. Bill Hogan, just having a tough time. Lower percentage trainer, but she's faced clearly better over her last couple races. The horses, you know, Balmer Hunt, super sharp.
No
horses
chance.
in there.
No chance against Balmer Hunt, who just tracked that long shot 19-1 Bayrum last out.
Yeah, and if things are comfortable up front enough, I think Goldie's Tail will show some speed from the inside. Possibly seeing is believing. The flow of the race is gonna enhance the chances of the 6 Bayrum, no doubt about it. I think she hangs in there a lot longer today.
You think the 6 is tough, Keith? I mean, this late pick 5, I think, is pretty enticing. The card's getting a little more interesting because you like the pick 4. I got an interesting angle coming up, stat-wise here in the 5th race for Johnny Hartzell's horse. First off, the Claim and the Raise. I see in, I don't know, did you pick this horse?
Got the horse in the mix.
In
race
the mix,
5, yeah, got the horse
Brooks
fourth.
on
Another
fire.
wide open race.
Okay, so where did you go in the 5th to start our late pick 5?
I'm going to go Spice Commander just for the fact this horse was entered for cheaper and comes back in a little bit tougher spot, I thought. And the 3-back try at Delaware, we've got some video of this horse with a tough break at Delaware against Summer Something, who came back to run a decent race in the Maryland Million last 851. You see Spice Commander there, broke a little slow, steady, and almost checked, spotting the field several lengths and pretty much at Delaware, you don't close a ton of ground usually, Dave, and the races I've seen. But, you know, picking it up from the 3/8 pole to the wire, this horse, you know, found a little bit more. The jockey was able to get this horse to kind of regroup. Carrasco, who's going to go ahead and ride her today, swings to the outside and really makes a decent late run. Closed a lot of ground, and like I say, just behind Summer Something, who didn't really embarrass herself in the Maryland Million last season. What about tonight? A next out winner. I think Spice Commander, if things get hot and heavy enough up front, could make a decent run. This horse was last seen at Fairgrounds on the turf and actually didn't do too bad in that race, 7.5. So Jerry Brooks trying to bounce back and get a win. I think Spice Commander's got a shot here to pull a minor upset. Naomi, a glaring number last time out, Dave, a 66, winning at Penn National from just off the pace. And one interesting angle, a protect move. You usually don't see Lee Christian, the owner, and Hammy team up and protect horses like this. Lee is a shrewd guy. He's very smart with his horses, spots them well, and usually he's not scared to see them go. You know, go ahead and get him so he gets the breeding bonuses and things of that nature. Usually, this horse is not bred by him, but a protect move scares me. I think this horse is well meant again.
Right, since the blinkers, a bit of a turnaround, especially the last 2 for Naomi. 7 horse in here is Naomi. Again, the 1 is Brooks on Fire. First off, the Claim for Johnny Hartzell. You got the horse in the mix, but you know, Johnny Hartzell doesn't claim a lot of horses. How about Love Heart? How about Set to Go? How about Maximus Mike off the claim into the winner's circle? And the fact that he claims a horse for 15, puts her in for 20, even with a little bit of time off, and attracts Trevor McCarthy aboard, leads me to believe that she's training okay in the morning. The question is that inside gate for her today.
Yes, she's going to have to break sharp. She looks to me a little bit better right up with the pace. Looking at the way this race is going to shape up, Heaven's Door had a lot of speed, showed it at Gulfstream over a sloppy surface, called a slop again last time out. Brooks on Fire doesn't have to, you know, really improve much to get the lead in here with a good break. So yeah, I think Trevor will be hustling, and the way he's been riding, you can do a lot worse than betting a couple bucks on Trevor, and you should get an okay price.
Right, and he may be part owner of this horse, JSJ Stable.
okay.
I'm just thinking, Johnny Hartzell, I don't know, I'm not sure. But I think a confident Michael's Butterfly's done well, called in sick out of that race, kind of on the ascent. as well for Brooks on Fire, first off the claim.
Okay.
Let's go to race number 6, and 6, 7, 8, 9. The last 4, that means you've got a late pick 4 ticket to fire up on this Sunday afternoon.
We cut it down a little bit to make it a little bit more reasonable. $32 ticket for the late pick 4. We're going to go 4 deep to get it started. 1, 6, 7, 8 in race number 6. Magritte, I think, could be the horse to beat. Great provider. Should be right there. 6, 9, we're going to go 2 deep in late 2. 2, 4, 5, 8 in race 8. And rounding it off, only 2 horses in the last. Going to try to trim it down to make it reasonable. $32 for your late pick 4. It should pay all right. I don't think it's going to,
I agree.
It's going to come in as a low ticket. I think if we hit it, we're going to get a square price.
Yeah, I don't think you're looking at a short payoff today,
No.
unless I'm just way off base here this afternoon. Some open races, and you got 4 to start in the 6th race. So your top pick out of that group would be what?
Magritte, I think here I went in for 25, and this horse really hasn't panned out. But you see the races at Charlestown in the last 2. You think, oh, it's Charlestown. But Ellie's Low Man, a 6-time winner. 2 races back, the winner was a 5 or 6-time winner. Those are those West Virginia breds that are allowed to stay in the 2 in life and the 3 in life, even though they've won a slew of races. Okay, that's good enough for me. I think this horse will kind of sit in a good stalking position. An aggressive move by Barn. We've seen this move before, and it's worked. Take a shot, but I believe it's now or never for Magritte, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
You called him maybe a little bit like kind of Iredell. We see horses like this. They just kind of tease you a little bit.
Iredell Light,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've seen him run so many times. Look at that race at Charlestown, 2 back, November 17th. Short stretch there for sure, right?
You get the
Eighth
lead,
of a
you can't
mile.
hold on, right.
You get the lead. You can't hold on against Little Big Sign. Was a nice horse.
Yeah.
Right? That's the WV bred?
Yes,
like you were talking about,
yeah,
right?
both those last 2 winners.
Yeah, last 2 winners, right? So that leads me to believe maybe a little chance to beat him in here.
Okay.
But certainly you're right. The barn is very aggressive and wins with moves like this. Big Brother Bubba.
Yep.
The kind of a sweeping move, kind of outside horse in the field. Maybe get some good flow in here like he did November 27th.
Yeah, out of that starter optional last time out, December 30th, this horse was in a nice little spot, but unfortunately was down inside. So maybe not really nice, but looked like he had horse, and just the detriment being down inside cost him. 2 back try, good enough. We saw Slew's Love come back and run a good 69 yesterday for Annette Eubanks, who's just on a roll over the last couple of months. Big Brother Bubba, I like this little subtle drop down out of the optional starter optional to the 10,000, 3 in life is a definite user and the great provider. I think could end up the favorite in here. Has speed. There's not a ton of early speed in here. Once again, Trevor from the rail. Does he go out? He'll go out and get position. This horse, he's shown flashes. This might just be the level where he kind of really pops.
A horse named 10 Hut, buck the green of dead inside here December 23rd, and not so good inside to win first off the claim for Gina Rosenthal. Back in for that same 10 this afternoon. Big move and beat Iredell, the aforementioned horse we were talking about a few moments ago, who ran second here again yesterday. So what do you do with him?
Well, beaten by Big Brother Bubba, 2 back, is a beaten favorite. Went first time for Gina Rosenthal last time and got the job done. And like I say, bucked the bias. We'll pick it up, leaving the 3/8 pole mid-turn for 10 Hut. Broke well, was under a good rating hold early, Dave, and gets position and then really kind of makes a nice little steady move down inside against the grain, moves outside to split horses. Cold Spice kind of looks gone right here. 2 clear into the stretch. Iredell to the outside on the best part of the racetrack. Shifting into the rail in the Red Silks, number 7 that day. Under our steady right-handed urging is 10 Hut, and I'm calling the chart. I was like, he's getting there. He is not giving up. You're expecting him to flatten out on the dead rail, and he didn't.
Right, he seemed to be an uphill climb, diving to the inside on with that inside. Not the best place to be on that particular day, but gets the job done and does it nicely to win going away for sure. So 10 Hut, interesting video against the bias last time out.
He's got enough speed in here to lay fairly close. I don't think he'll drop 8 or 10 off of it mid-turn. I wouldn't think. He's shown that he can be a little bit closer, especially by the field hits the top of the stretch.
7th race on the program, 6 furlong second leg of our late pick 4 for $7,500 claimers in the 7th on the card. And Another interesting one here, a 3-time Laurel winner, Star 80. A horse is 2 for 2 at Laurel.
Yeah.
Balabusta, who won 3 in a row off the claim as well. And Hissy Fit, the outside, certainly going to stoke up with some early speed. And off the claim from Sharp Barn, a Lake into the Hot Barn as well of Annette Eubanks. Another kind of an open affair.
Yeah, this is a good one. Heavenly Perfect, you know, Taxis looks like she wants to be kind of up towards the lead for Kieran and Toledo. Hissy Fit, very tactical in her own right. It's a good little race. I think money's going to kind of circulate through Heavenly Perfect, the 9 Hissy Fit, the 3 Read All About It. But looking at this race, Star 80, I want a horse maybe with a little bit more of a finishing punch. I think she's the one to kind of get it done. I'm going to toss the last 2 at Parks. Even the 3-back race, it wasn't awful down on the rail against Chapel at Chimes. I think she falls back to a surface she likes, a distance she likes. They're going to join up on the front end. Heavenly Perfect, I think, has got to go. Hissy Fit is tactical enough. She's the horse to beat, I believe. Just dropping out a little bit better races is Hissy Fit. And you can kind of toss the last at Charlestown when she had a tough break and down inside that 4.5 distance. It's tough to make up ground. But it's that last 16th of a mile again. Is Hissy Fit going to kind of follow through? The drop might get her over the top. I think she's the horse to beat, but looking for a little bit better price in the 6 Star 80.
Okay, Hissy Fit, race 2 back. I mean, she did kind of even pace it through the stretch here against a next out winner, Moon Vision. It was 21-1 and won on New Year's Day, an allowance race off a $10,000 race. At 21-1, pulling an upset against a solid and salty field. Another horse out of there, Lemon Level, came back to run okay too. So yeah, you are worried about the last 1/8 of a mile, but she did show kind of a chasing gear there against Moon Vision, which is a really feather in her cap.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's going to lay just outside Heavenly Perfect. I mean, she could go and clear with a real sharp break. She stumbled 2 races back and cost her, no doubt about it. But she was on the better part of the track. Looked like she still should have won the race and couldn't get it done. So,
Balabusta out of a key race there. Stormy Mama, Southern Peach. Could this be the 3rd winner? It's first off the claim into a barn that does quite well off the claim. It's a Rob barn. Claim for a nickel in for $7,500. They just kept running her at the level at which she could win here. Laurel and Penn did Phil Schoenthal. So interesting claim. They don't give up and run her back on a drop or nickel or whatever. She's in for 75 today.
Yeah, ridden out Comment last time. She steps up. This is, this is clearly a better horses than that 4-in Life race. But ridden out Comment, she had a little bit left in the tank. She, I don't know if she's going to have the lead in here with some of these other speed types. That would surprise me.
She's going to get in the mix-up maybe from that horse on the outside.
Call Me a Lion, I think, is going to have some speed to entertain the pace as well. So, yeah, a barn you've got to respect. I mean, we've seen it over the years. They can
she has come from off the pace, though. Balabusta 2 back, Keith. That rally wide from the outside from way back from 9th there in the 13 or 8th in the 9th. She broke 7th, right?
Yeah,
she was
yes.
About 9th in the 13 horse field there. So good race, good race. All right, let's go to the 8th in the program. And once again, at a mile-second wire finish in the 8th in the program, while Motion's been hot, Graham Motion, and they've got a lightly raced 5-year-old in here that really is kind of the mysterious, the question mark horse of the day in Revelation, off of 1 big win after getting gelded, and now against, I think, a salty field this afternoon. And you went to Revelation here. A true believer maybe that the gelding situation there between July of 15, October of 16 moved him up, and we're perhaps with an excuse last time out, and he could come back to true form.
Yeah, check back on the breeding. This horse is, I believe, full to a pretty decent horse that I looked at. And they don't give up on the horse, Dave, off the dismal try at Penn, but had a major excuse. Did break a little slow, kind of ducked in, bumped around, had to steady one trying to advance between horses early, and just threw in the towel, was protected. Jeremy Rose, the last 1/8 of a mile, said, hey, we're just going to take it in hand here and coast on home. So that kind of exaggerates the beaten lengths. Still, not a ton of speed in here. Revelation 2 back, kind of dictated from, got the lead and kind of just drew off nicely in a good time. Figures good enough. Bred, like I said, Kindle to a horse I think is a 3-time route winner on the dirt. Revelation, I think, could control a shot here, just for the fact that they still give this horse, or expect this horse a little bit to give it one more chance in this kind of spot.
Absolutely. And the real question in here to me is the 5 I Mr. Blue, who's been switching barns and comes into the Dale Capilano barn. Kieran McGee had the horse in solid form. He's been kind of in and outer since then, but he switched barns. But out of a race behind Jeezum Jim that's produced a winner, Jump, Jive, and Whale bounced out of that last effort to come back and win too. So he's an interesting barn switch here in I'm Mr. Blue.
Yeah, the barn hitting at an 18% with this kind of a move. I like the move to a mile. I think this is a good spot for I'm Mr. Blue. He was able to kind of move up to with the range off of that slower pace. No, he was not going to kick on with Jeezum Jim or How's Your Sugar from there. He spotted him a little bit too much early. But in this field, I think he's going to be really tough.
From the trip down south back to Maryland is Kieran McGee's It Behooves Me, who first off the claim comes up with a big number of 89 buyer figure. No matter which way you slice that number, even my friend Marty with a party had him at a good number, my buddy speed figure maker down in Louisiana. And guess who came out of that race to win? Negrito.
Oh, that's right.
Very strong.
And a 2 other than, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so what I'm saying is a salty field. I tend to believe that was an ultra strong performance, not a fluky kind of situation.
Right.
You know,
and he's shown he can run in the mid 80s. He has shown it. Something just want to miss, just whether didn't like the ship, the track, whatever. Keeping this horse in the allowance condition, they can kind of. This horse is going to be short. I've got him lined at 2, just off of that last number. This horse could end up, I should think, at 9 to 5, 8 to 5, possibly.
Okay.
But it behooves me once again. I think he'll track Revelation. If he does come back to the 2-back race, it's over.
Will it be when you least expected Ghost Bay? I expected him to run a big one December 9th, sprinting to come flying. He didn't, was just outrun by some really nice sprinters there. Then really didn't show much kick, but against a slow pace, albeit 26:51, 115 and 1 last time out going 2 turns. He maybe be able to kind of resurrect some of his old form today. 3rd start here since the acquisition to Marshall Dahl and Robbie Bale's stable.
Yeah, one of his better races we see on the page was at 7 furlongs. Will the 1-turn race be a little bit better? I think it will. But he's got to step up one more. He's got to go. Step up a couple more lengths to kind of go ahead and upset. Wouldn't be a surprise though. Would not be a surprise.
Almost out of time on Today at the Races, sponsored by Fidelity First. In the last race, we do have a scratch of a 6, I think it is. Full Quest.
Yes, Full Quest is out.
Okay. So it's kind of a key scratch because he was one in an open affair that had a chance to win here. In the finale, I think this is the race where you didn't go as deep in your pick 4.
8, 9, 4, 7. Here I go again with some goofy picks, Dave.
What's that?
My picks here. 8,
goofy
9,
picks?
4.
I wouldn't say it's a goofy pick at all.
I was misreading. Well, I know you like the 9. I was going to throw the 4 in there. I did throw the 4. Maybe I just changed it around late. Maybe my good friend Marty at the party kind of pushed me towards what are you doing now. I'll let you talk about him in that last race, which you saw on the video.
So your pick in the last.
I'm going to go with Bridge Builder on top.
Okay, yeah. And certainly a horse here who's got off that effort where I think you could just throw a line through. Step slow, had to be used up early there, down inside on December 23rd. Tactical Hero and Hatteras bound are pretty much clear of the 3rd place finisher. If he rebounds back to that maiden 16 win, has a chance. Got some video from number 9, What Are You Doing Now?
Yes.
And interestingly enough, see the horse on the lead? He doesn't have a rider.
No, he does not.
Yeah, and he lost his rider early, and he was kind of back in the field. And What Are You Doing Now was behind him down the backstretch. I like this willingness. He doesn't let anything get in his way. He didn't exactly jump over the horse without the rider, but he said, I don't care. I'm going. My good final furlong kick, I thought, for What Are You Doing Now? The question is, no work since then. You can see why his previous connections, the Bruce Brown barn, ran him on the turf a couple of times. Limoncello was, I think, an allowance winner on the grass, won a couple of races on the grass, if I'm not mistaken. But he's got a light buyer, number 27. The runner-up of that race, Jay Crispy, came back with a very light figure somewhere in the 20s, I believe it was, in his next start. But my friend from Louisiana, Marty with a party, who likes to eat boudin and do speed figures all day long and crawfish at night, he says this horse has a number to win if the pace collapses. So I don't know. Is there enough pace for him?
That's going to be the question. There's really not a whole lot. I think Bridge Builder, who chased that quicker pace last time out, is a little bit better just off of it. But he's going to end up, the way things develop, he's going to be in a stalking position. I think was just used a little bit too much cooked into that 112.
Okay, so they got your correct numbers up now, 8, 4, 7, and 1 in the finale. Arturito comes out of that race with Elusive Midnight, is also in there today. Pretty strong race off the claim, though, kind of even pace for Lake. It's second time Lake, though, interestingly enough. And wanted to mention Elusive Midnight, too. Trainer Marcus Zulueta, who's a real familiar name up at Parks. 2 for 23 at Laurel over the last 5 years. So a 27% guy up there coming down to Laurel. You know, sometimes the transition happens, the high percentages, but you know, he was okay in that last race at Parks through 35, claiming off the maiden 10 win. I think our lights are about to blow over.
I think that's a sign to go, Dave. Yeah, we've got the.
Something's roaring.
That's just the heater. That's okay.
Okay.
Nothing like a little firewood warm us up right now. That's okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Have
it?
a great day here at Laurel Park, everybody.
All right. Good luck.